Hello everyone, and welcome to another Jolly Tots at Home. Today we're going to have a story, sing a song and make a craft together. So let's get ready to watch and listen. Let's wiggle our fingers. Let's say hello to everyone. Hello all the boys, hello all the girls, hello everyone, it's nice to see you here. This week it's going to be Sixton's birthday, so let's say happy birthday to Sixton. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Sixton, happy birthday to you. Let's get ready to listen to the story. Let's wiggle our fingers. Well done. Today's story is about a lady called Hannah. You can find the story in God's storybook, the Bible, in the book of 1 Samuel. Here's Hannah, and here's her husband Elkanah. Now Hannah was very sad, and she kept crying because she didn't have any children of her own. But Elkanah kept telling her that he loved her very much. Every year Hannah and Elkanah went to a place called Shiloh, to the house of God, to worship God there. And Hannah went into the house of God, and she prayed and prayed with all her heart, and she was crying when she was praying because she was asking God that if he gave her a baby son, she promised him that she would give him back to God. Now Eli the priest, who worked in the house of God, saw Hannah praying, and he said to Hannah, "May God grant you whatever you have asked of him." Now Hannah and Elkanah went back home. Then sometime later, Hannah and Elkanah had a baby boy, and now they were very happy. And Hannah called the baby boy Samuel, which means heard of God. Now when Samuel was a bit older, Hannah took him to Shiloh, to the house of God, and she gave him to Eli as she had promised. And Samuel stayed there with Eli and helped Eli in the house of God. And every year Hannah went to visit Samuel, and she brought him a new coat. And God gave Hannah and Elkanah some more boys and girls after that. So this is a story of how God heard Hannah's prayer. And God listens to us when we pray. He likes us to pray to him, and he hears our prayers, and he answers our prayers too. God had Hannah in his hands, and he has all of us in his hands too. So let's sing a song about that. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got the tiny little baby in his hands. He's got everyone here in his hands. He's got the whole world 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 in his hands. He's got the tiny little baby in his hands. He's got the tiny little baby in his hands. He's got the tiny little baby in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Now we're going to make a model of Hannah. Here we have Hannah It says Hannah prayed, and on the other side it has Hannah with the baby Samuel, and it said God heard. So we need a toilet roll middle, some coloured paper and card, some wool, a tissue, scissors, pens, straight edge, pencil and some glue. So we take our toilet roll middle and the coloured paper, and we're going to cut a piece that's going to cover the toilet roll. So if you hold it on the paper like this and mark the edge at one side and then at the other end here, and join them up with the straight edge, then we can cut the piece of paper to fit. So here's a piece already cut. Now we'll take our toilet roll middle and we're going to cover it with the paper. So we need to put some glue on this edge and some glue on this edge, and then roll it round the toilet roll middle. Make sure it's stuck down. And where the join is, we're going to make a little slit in the top of the toilet roll and one on the other side as well. And that's where the head is going to slot in. Now we need to make the head. So we need to cut a circle out of the card. So to do this, I've just used a tumbler, which makes sure it's bigger than the toilet roll so it will slot in. And then we're going to draw around the tumbler to make a circle. And then cut that out. So here's the circle, and that's going to slot in to the toilet roll. So I've shaded it with a pink pencil, put some black wool on each side and drawn the face where she's praying and the face where she's happy. If you haven't got any wool, you can just colour it in or stick some strips of paper on to make the hair. So we'll put the head in the slots now. And there. We have the head. And I've cut two small hands out of the card and coloured them pink as well. So let's put some glue on, and they'll be the hands for when Hannah's praying. I'll put one there. And one there. Now we need to make a baby Samuel. So out of the card I've drawn a circle at one end, joined onto an oval and cut it out, and then I've drawn a face for Samuel. And for the blanket we need a tissue. So I've just cut a piece out of the tissue which is long enough to go around his body and wrap round. So we'll put a little bit of glue on his tummy, fold the tissue over and then wrap the rest around it and put some glue at the back to fasten it together. And that's Samuel in his blanket. So we'll put that on the side where Hannah's smiling. We'll put some glue on the toilet roll there. And press Samuel on. Then at the bottom, alright, Hannah prayed. And on the other side, God heard. So that's our model of Hannah, to remember the story of how God heard Hannah's prayer. So thank you for watching, and now it's time to say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye all the boys, goodbye all the girls, goodbye everyone, it's nice to see you here.